What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today, it's time to go visit Banshee. We went to Banshee last week, we grabbed all of his test weapons, we tested them out on all three of our characters, and we ranked up Banshee on all three of our characters. So we're going to see what loot we get on our characters, and we're not going to be disappointed. We are definitely not going to be disappointed whenever this is all said and done, because Banshee's bringing the goods. And Banshee's one of those things that I strongly recommend doing and leveling and getting ready to go for the Wrath of the Machine whenever the Rise of Iron drops, because you're only going to have a few days, and Banshee has been one of the sources of some of the best weapons that have come in the Taken King period. And I can't tell you in how many videos people end up asking me whenever I'm using a Banshee weapon, they ask what gun is that or where did I get that gun, because somehow Banshee is still a little bit of a mystery. Even with all the Arms Day videos that YouTubers make, and Twitch streamers make, and all of the different videos we have with all these amazing guns, people somehow still kind of miss Banshee. People still miss Banshee and aren't really taking advantage of one of the best sources of getting awesome and amazing weapons in the game. So Banshee is one of my strongest recommendations to get leveled up and get ready to go for whenever the Rise of Iron drops. You only have a few days to get raid ready for the Wrath of the Machine. So for me, I'm going to make sure that I'm able to turn in maybe one Banshee bounty and get him ranked up. And then I'm going to grab those Banshee bounty rewards, and hopefully I get an awesome gun that either is something brand new that I can take into the new raid, or is something that I'll want to infuse up, or just use as infusion fuel period. We don't know, but we're definitely going to give it a shot, because who knows? Nobody really could have expected that all of the really amazing legendary weapons that we were going to be using in the game, at least as far as the primary options go, were going to come from Banshee. But I say primary, and then again we've got the Irene, which is an amazing PvE sniper rifle, and we also have the JLB rocket launchers, which can come with god rolls like mine did, and you don't have to worry about your exotic slot for truth. You can go ahead and use that on your Mida or your last word, which I know people love to use. So yeah, Banshee, for real, Banshee. In the comment section below, if you've ranked up Banshee to at least level 5, where you get the first curse, let me know in the comment section below, and you can get a heyo, so that I know that other people are actually out there and doing Banshee and leveling Banshee. Because if you're not, you missed out on a lot of stuff in the Taken King, and you might miss out on a lot of really cool stuff in the Rise of Iron too. I can't guarantee that you will, but I can't guarantee that you won't either, because if things hold true like they have been, then Banshee's definitely going to be a source of where you want to go to get weapons, because you know you're going to get a weapon from Banshee. There is no doubt about it. Whenever you turn in a Banshee package, it's a weapon. You don't know what kind of weapon, but it's going to be a legendary weapon for sure, 100%. You know, as I'm thinking about us getting brand new content, I'm pretty excited. I know that at this time, a lot of people expected that we were going to have Destiny 2, and it's a shame that we're not getting Destiny 2 just yet, but this is going to be nice. We've had the Taken King for a year. We've actually been playing the Taken King content for a year, and it's really nice that we had things like the April update that ended up adding content to the Taken King. And remember, all the content that came with the Taken King ended up being free updates. We didn't pay for any DLC with the Taken King. So this Rise of Iron expansion is going to be really awesome. There's so much cool stuff. I did a top 5 video on the top 5 things that I'm really excited about for whenever the Rise of Iron drops. I'm really hoping that this is just something that's new and fresh in the game, and that just lends a lot of life. And of course, we know that all of your friends that have been missing from Destiny for the last few months, that, you know, they've done all the content in the Taken King, and they're like, you know what, I need a break. There's a lot of other awesome games I want to play. They're going to be back. Your friends list is going to be filled out. It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be hectic. Those first few days are going to be nuts. I've been trying to think about when or how many days I'm actually going to be taking off of work for this. I'm kind of narrowing it down to maybe Thursday and Friday. So the first day, probably not Wednesday. Thursday and Friday though. Anyway, here we are for our gunsmith packages. And for my first one on my hunter, I get a lyudmila-d. And this isn't exactly the pulse rifle that I really dig. I don't really dig these 4-burst pulse rifles, but it does have full auto, and that's pretty intriguing to me. Full auto is really interesting. Unfortunately, all of the perks that surround full auto are no bueno. Not really. So full auto is really interesting, danger close and everything in the final column, I would have to say pass on. So even though I don't really like these, I might have tried it out at least just a little bit if I had some other good surrounding perks around it. But we're moving on. We are moving on to our warlock. Whenever we turn in our package, we end up getting a lyudmila-d. Am I rewinding this? Is this the same footage? No, we actually did get a second one right on my warlock, but this one's looking a lot better. Glass half full, rangefinder, and what about any stability perks? Hand-laid stock. So yeah, this roll is significantly better than the first one. Hand-laid stock is going to lose a little bit of range, but you end up getting more range with rangefinder anyway, and then you've got glass half full. This gun is put together pretty well. If you really like that 4-burst style of pulse rifle, this isn't a bad roll. This is a pretty good and a pretty solid roll for a pulse rifle. Not bad at all. Look at that stability, then you've got rangefinder, glass half full if you're not a compulsive reloader. Not a bad pulse rifle at all. Banshee, he's coming in hot. He's coming in hot. Is this the best that you've got though, Banshee? Is this the best that you've got? Or is our Titan going to be even better? We'll have to find out. Right here we are on our Titan, and we turn in our package. What are we going to get? We end up getting ourselves an arminius-d. So I've got this weapon. I really enjoy the one that I have, and we're going to see how this one compares. I actually have 2 different arminiuses that I keep, and this one that we ended up nabbing, uh-oh, this one is looking pretty good. Let's take a look. We ended up getting ourselves hot swap in counterbalance, so counterbalance right there, we're doing amazing. And in our final column, we get brace frame as well. Brace frame, counterbalance, and hot swap. This is about as good as it gets on this gun. This is basically the same arminius-d that I have. The only difference is mine has crowd control instead of hot swap. But I'd really like to try out hot swap, because crowd control, honestly, that works just a little bit better in PvE than it does in PvP. Because crowd control goes down so quickly. Sometimes in PvP, it's difficult to find multiple enemies at once in order to take advantage of crowd control in the spare few seconds that it's actually active. So hot swap might even be better than my crowd control version. It might. I don't know. I'm going to have to give it a try and see what it's all about. So Banshee, definitely bringing the heat. Those last 2 guns were pretty solid, pretty sweet, maybe even bordering on God tier. I don't know, but I like you, Banshee. I like you a lot. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Banshee, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Banshee, bringing the heat.